how much are you looking to spend in retirement? Or what is your monthly budget? Now, this question is certainly necessary, but I have found as a CFP professional that it can be the most stress-inducing question that you can ask someone. Today, I'm going to go over trends in retirement spending that will hopefully provide some context to make this question less daunting. JPMorgan conducted research on 5 million de-identified households, which provided insight into real-life spending habits. I think this gives a more realistic look into retirement spending versus any rule of thumb out there that you might hear, like the 4% safe withdrawal rule, or that you'll spend 80% of your pre-retirement income. The general nature of this curve shows spending steadily climbing between the ages of 20 and 40, peaking in late 40s, early 50s, after which a gradual reduction occurs and then evens out later in life as healthcare expenses increase. The study shows the median 85-year-old spends more on healthcare and less on every other category than the median 65-year-old. I think this is why planning is so important. It's so heartbreaking when people give up the memory dividends they could have created in their early retirement years because they're saving for their later years where spending needs are very unlikely to be a static inflation-adjusted increase. This type of modeling can cause you to spend way less in the years you have the health and the financial freedom to enjoy the retirement that you've worked so hard for and deserve. Two, there's an initial retirement spending surge. The study looked at 2 years before retirement and 3 years after. The median spending increase peaked the month of retirement and then slowly decreased over the following 3 years. This is something worth planning for and very important when setting up your portfolio for retirement. Give yourself some wiggle room when planning for income the first couple of years. As long as you monitor and don't maintain that increased spending throughout retirement, it should give you some peace of mind knowing that this initial surge in spending is typical and often short-lived. You can plan for these expenses by keeping more money out of the market and ready for expenses as they come about. Retirees might see their first year of spending, think they need to inflation adjust that for spending in each subsequent year, again overestimating a much more likely spending pattern, possibly forcing themselves back to work or reflexively reducing their ability to enjoy their healthy years early in retirement. Another interesting finding was the volatility found on an individual household basis from spending. There's volatility in spending at different ages for different people. The study found almost 80% of people experienced substantial changes in spending. 24% spent considerably more or less, with spending increasing or decreasing by more than 20% at some point in time, and 56% experienced temporary up or down shifts. Now, this is where I'm going to blame financial advisors a bit. We tend to like forecasting, and it's a lot easier for us to project a consistent spending pattern. This is why we ask people this daunting question in the first place. But as the study suggests, spending is not static. Life happens. Your plan, just like your life, is living and breathing. It is not static. That is why I do not give clients a printed out 100-page financial plan and say, here you go. There needs to be ongoing management as income needs, expenses, etc. change throughout your retirement. And as life happens, we adjust. The key is having non-stock market investments ready to pull from for any conceivable upcoming spending needs. Very important for the first leg of retirement during the common spending surge, and when your portfolio is most vulnerable to market downturns. It can cause a lot of stress trying to nail down your exact retirement budget. It's great to get a general idea, but the reason this question is so daunting is because whatever budget you put together, actual life is going to be different. And that's okay. Your plan and your spending is going to be unique to you, and you should find a financial advisor that's invested in knowing and understanding you, not just running projections so they can move on with their day. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you in next week's video. And as always, money is a tool, knowledge is freedom, and planning is power. I hope you have a great rest of your day.